All right, we are live out here at Brown Stroud Field on the campus of Northwestern University. 446 presenting the 2026 Louisiana Underclassmen Games. 446 is grateful for the privilege to call these games. Thank you to Executive Director Tim O'Neill for having us here. Special thanks to President Jimmy Genovez and head baseball coach Chris Bertrand for the hospitality. Dr. Genovez, the president, is a friend of my mother's who next Thursday, will be gone 6 years. Dr. Genovez has been a great friend to our family. We are grateful that he has got us over here at Northwestern. I want to give a shout-out to Dr. Genovez. So we are here for these games today. The first two games are the East versus the West. East versus the West. Got the starting lineups for the East, who's going to be the visiting team. West is going to be the home team. Leading off and playing third base for the East is going to be Cooper Template. Batting second and playing shortstop for the East, Jackson Dugan. Batting third, the DH for the East, Clay Sims. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Derek Wellenbacher. Batting fifth, the EH, Gresham McCollum. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Bo Stevens. Batting seventh, the catcher, Luke Pegler. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Jackson Payton. Batting ninth, the center fielder, Blaise Bergeron. Batting 10th, the second baseman, Devin Baker. And on the mound to start the game for the East is going to be Owen Nugent. That is going to be your lineup for the East. Over it, going to go with the West lineup as well. And let's see here. So leading off for the West, one of our Menard players, Reeve Scroggs, the shortstop, leading off for the West. Batting second for the West, the right fielder, Brody Anderson. Batting third, the third baseman, Grant Ostelet. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Evan Pierce. Batting fifth, the catcher, Chris Holmes. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Bryce Stelly. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Drew Burrow. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Zach LaBeouf. Batting ninth, the DH for today, Bo Brown. And batting 10th, the EH for today, Kaylor Broussard. That's going to be your lineups for the East and the West. KP Miles on the call. On the production is going to be the czar of the production for 446, Mr. Doug Gann. Doug, welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah, KP, thanks a lot. Going to be a good one today. Of course, we saw these games a season ago up at ULM is where they had those games, and it's a lot of fun. You get 60 or so players out here from around the state. These are all underclass, not to be confused with last week's senior all-star game that the Louisiana Baseball Coaches Association puts on, but these are the underclass games, and it gets a great look at a lot of the stars from around the way. One of those you talked about for the East will start today. He's a 2028 out of Rummel, and that is Owen Nugent. Will be on the hill. The righty is going to come in there and set the tone in this for the East. Of course, a lot of familiar names with people that have followed along with it, but we'll catch up with where they're at from all of the schools as well. Buckle in. 2 games today, 4 on the docket for tomorrow. Both games today will be 9-inning games just to get them ready for college and in front of a lot of the college coaches. And tomorrow's 4 games will be 7 innings, and by those times you'll have the champion out of this. They'll award the MVPs of the team's offense, a hitter and a pitcher. They'll do all of that in their final game. So settle in for a great weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Today's games are 4 and 7. Tomorrow's games are going to be 9 o'clock, 11:30, 2 o'clock, and 4:30. So those will be the schedule. They're all up on our 446 page. Go and share the links and do whatever else you need to do to let everybody know. What a beautiful facility here, Doug.
It is, and we talked to Coach Bird a couple of times about it. Of course, we saw this stadium to start off the season that very first week back in February, and I can tell you it was a lot cooler in the press box then back in February, but Coach Bird and staff here have done a great job with it here on the campus of Northwestern State University, Brown Stroud Field. And if you're familiar with the area that's on here, of course, you're right along the river that adorns the campus as you'd come in from the back side of it. Of course, the arena's off to the right. Tennis, softball Lady Demons are behind us, and everything else, all the athletics and, the academic side of it is up to the top. But out here, you're nestled in what would be the woods. What I like about this stadium, KP, is that you go down into the field. A lot of places are flat, or you walk up to them. It's got character because they set it down inside of a hill, and, this is where you'd like to play one.
Beautiful campus here. We're going to have some substitutions we've already got for the first. The lineups we just gave y'all are going to be the first through the fifth inning. In the sixth through the ninth, we're going to have the substitutions. Y'all bear with us. We're trying to keep everybody straight as far as that goes. The west is going to be in the orange. The east is going to be in the green. I believe we've got Jesuit head coach coaching the east team. And I'm not sure the head coach. I know one of the assistants is Cullen Guerrero from Pineville, right there in our neck of the woods. I think we're going to be doing some Pineville stuff this year, Doug?
Yes, we certainly will. We will start off with football in the fall, and looking forward to being back on campus there with the Rebels. Brand new turf, brand new mindset. Jumbotron is there, and exciting. We've got some familiar names that will be on the call for that. We'll look for that announcement over the next 2 or 3 weeks. But we'll do baseball. We'll do some softball. Not all of it, but we'll get back out there on campus. Coach Guerrero, and, of course, state champion Coach Allison Fry of the Lady Rebels softball. Basketball does what it does. And you saw a lot of that this year as Marshall covered some of that for us at 446Sports. And, it's going to be great to be back on campus there in Pineville.
Yeah, even though the technical college portal is closed, the 446 portal is open.
Stays open.
It stays open, and we've got some exciting news about that also down in Lafayette with Dr. Fundamentals, Coach Eric Mouton. So I believe we're going to have the national anthem in the lineups. We're going to mute the mics and step away. We'll be back in a few minutes. Are we at a 4 o'clock start time for sure, Doug? You know?
Ish is the key word. We're starting at 4-ish.
And I know you like that ish stuff. That's right down your alley. Gotcha.
That's one of those things. You know, these guys, so what they do, to give you an idea of the way this works out, they've came in yesterday afternoon, had the home run derby yesterday evening, had some showcase-type workouts this morning because the games are great. The games are great, but you get an opportunity for these younger guys to come out here and work out in front of these college coaches. And, man, that just is a huge, huge opportunity when you get that showcase environment. And the games almost are, I won't say second nature, because it gives you an opportunity to go one against the other. But it's been a great 2 or 3 days, and we're about the midway point. And so some things run a little bit later, and they're going to get these guys out here and just get them going. So 4-ish is the key.
Okay. Well, we want to thank some of our sponsors. We're going to have on this broadcast today all the pitching changes, which there's going to be a lot of because this is an all-star game, and I think these pitchers are all going to get an inning or two. Those are going to be brought to you by the LV5K Foundation and Miss Bridget Vaughn. She has become a huge part of 446Sports. We are glad to have her. We are excited to be a part of the 5K. I just found out the other day, Doug, she came over here and gave a check to the university, and the LV5K is now the third largest endowment at Northwestern, according to President Genovese.
Yeah, that's just awesome.
That's an awesome thing for us to be a part of. We have some of our longtime sponsors, Wallace Eye Associates and Sadler's Towing, that have been with us forever.
Of course, our friends at the local Convention and Visitors Bureau, explore AlexandriaPineville.com, Sadler's Towing, and you'll see more of these through the way. It's hard to have the scrolling scoreboard down at the bottom of this, but big friends to the family or to the broadcast. And I say friends, we are more like family. Of course, Jason Hawk Farm Bureau, NDI Heating and Cooling, who all throughout the school year brings us the NDI Heating and Cooling game of the week. Southern Air does their cool play of the game during football season, so we appreciate those guys. And more are getting on board each and every day. For all of your award needs, check out BK Distributors, and all your apparel needs, handcrafted items, furniture flips. Check out BU Designs by Melissa Gann.
Yes, I have some stuff at my house that is very precious to me that your lovely wife has done for me. So, yeah, looking forward to these games here. It's going to be a lot of great baseball. We've got a big crowd here, Doug. I was surprised at how big a crowd we have here, but, considering these are underclassmen, some of them have not signed anywhere yet, this is going to be a chance for some of these, college coaches to come sit down and watch some good baseball.
Well, and they just brought around a list of everything, of the players' names, and they got their numbers on there, but it also has their 60 time and it's got their exit velo, and that's some of the things that we will look at over the next couple of days. Maddox Bro, for instance, and that just pops out at you from the south, he's sitting right there at 100. When you get triple digits on your exit velo, that's getting the bat through the zone, and that's letting it get up and out of here. And so that's what you like to see. 60 times we'll look at as well. But a lot of these coaches, they take these, and these are what they call, and this is probably the worst word in any of this, it's measurables. They'll take that, they'll look at the size of it, but they want to see how you're getting on the field, how you're getting off the field. What do you do when nobody's looking at you? That's what they take a look at.
You and I were standing down there where they were clocking those 60 times, and I came up here and my hamstring sore already. I didn't even run.
Just from watching
Just watching, that's right.
I understand.
So, some of this stuff is, we've got I see a couple of our officials getting here, getting ready. It's
So you're saying that they are late and they should have been here already? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that.
I didn't know.
Because you said 4-ish. So, 4-ish is good. But, yeah, it's a great chance for some of these young men to get some experience. You're going to pitch against 9 kids that can hit. Yeah. Actually 10.
Look, we talked about exit velo. Brody Vicknair won the home run derby last night, KP.
Yep.
And his exit velo is tops at 102. So they certainly correlate to each other. He wins the game, and he wins the home run derby, and there you go.
That's right. 102 is the highest on here. By the way, we want to thank Coach Guerrero for bringing these information up to us. Cohen's father, former coach up at Neville. Glad to see him up here doing some stuff with this organization. Great coach for 30 years up there at Neville. He wrote all this down when we got up here. He was doing all this, so. We've got a couple of local we do have a Pineville. Elon Calhoun is playing. He's a pitcher and infielder for Coach Guerrero.
You'll see Crooks out of Tioga, too. Just threw the ball so well. He's a 2027. He's a rising senior and was dominant. Saw him over at Menard, threw the ball well. Anytime you needed to trot somebody out there to get you a win, a lot of times it was Crooks' name that got called.
He came over to our place at Ash and beat us 1-0 and pitched a heck of a ball game, was impressive, pitched a heck of a game. And so, it was, and we also have the 2 Menard kids, Peyton Procell. We've watched him in basketball. We've watched him in football. Now we're going to see him in baseball. And also Reeve Scroggs is going to be here as well. So four local kids on the team from Pineville and our area.
Look, a lot of Sinlock guys in that as well. You take a look, Eunice is there, Bo Brown is in the lineup. You look down at Leesville, Creek Smith. What a great baseball name that is, Creek Smith. Gotta love that. Eunice has Bryce Stelly in this one as well. Some state champions in there. Westlake has some folks represented. Sam Houston does as well. All Sam Houston did was go back-to-back in it too, and they've got they've got 3 that are playing in this game. St. Thomas Aquinas is represented. Brother Martin is there. And you start looking all around. Some of our friends from down on the North Shore are there from the North Shore Prep Report, and Mike McMillan gives us some good inside information on those guys. But, and what you like about this is it is split up north, south, east, and west. So you'll see those North Shore guys playing together, that southeastern part of it. You'll see the Sinlaw guys playing together. The North will play together, and it just spreads it out. Southwest Louisiana, very well represented, will be in this. And they all culminate and come together today before they get off and start playing their summer ball.
Well, 2 things here. We got 2 Brother Martin kids that I watched play against our Ash Trojans, and also you mentioned Leesville, the head football coach for the Leesville Wampus Cats is a friend of mine by the name of Robert Causey. And I'm gonna let you guess where he's from.
Probably I gotta have to say Winfield.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
that's it. That's
a
right.
doubt.
Another Winfield guy right there. Speaking of that, all our strikeouts are going to be sponsored by Sabine State Bank. Jason Tarver, another Winfield guy. Sabine State Bank be sponsoring all our strikeouts. So we are going to, looks like the officials are taking field. They're going to have a plate meeting, and they're going to have a PA announcer. We'll step away and be right back here in just a moment on 446 Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Brown Stroud Field. First game of the LBCA Underclass Games. West hosting the East. Start off with the lineup. Leading off, playing third base, Cooper Tomplay. Batting second, playing shortstop, number 79, Jackson Udon. Batting third, designated hitter, number 92, Blade Singh. Batting fourth, playing first base, number 97, Eric Wallach. Batting fifth, extra hitter, number 85, Krayshawn Republic. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 95, Bo Stevens. Batting seventh, playing catcher, number 90, Luke Pettis. Batting eighth, playing left field, number 91, Jackson Payton. Batting ninth, playing center field, number 78, Blaze Bacheron. Batting 10th, playing second base, number 77, Devin Baker Jr. Pitching for the East, number 88, Owen Newton. Substitutes, number 76, Nolan Amato. Number 50, Carter Lee. Number 81, Colt Lorette. Number 82, Sebastian Luke. Number 83, Keegan Lyons. Number 84, Caleb Myers. Number 86, Parker Morse. Number 87, Logan Nelson. Number 89, Xavier Paul Jr. Number 92, Jude Neeson. Number 93, Brody Shannon. Number 98, Cameron Gutierrez. Number 99, Hayden Pugh. Number 00, Nathan Woodward. right field, number 51, Brody Anderson. Batting third, playing third base, number 68, Grant Alstelet. Batting fourth, playing first base, number 69, Evan Pierce. Batting fifth, playing catcher, number 64, Chris Holmes. Batting sixth, playing center field, number 74, Bryce Stelly. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 53, Drew Barrow. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 65, Zach LeBuck. Batting ninth, designated hitter, number 55, Bo Brown. Batting 10th, extra hitter, Taylor Broussard. Plays for the East, number 63, Grant Hyde. Number 66, Cam Lower. Number 7, Peyton Roselle. 62, Paul Fall. Number 67, Paxton Myers. Number 61, Cole Duhon. Number 73, Cretan Smith. Number 57, Mason Conrad. Number 52, Alex Agnew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please move your clap.
Brando can figure out some stuff. I'm telling you. Whatever you don't use, tell me what's up. It does. Don't make anybody see my face.
And we're back here getting ready to get things going, jumbling around there with it, too. Excited to have you back out here. Had the starting lineups, had the national anthem. And, look, I don't care what changes through the times. When you hear Old Glory play, right after that should be the words play ball. I mean, that's America for us.
Absolutely, I agree. So around the infield, third base, Ostelet, shortstop, Scroggs, second base, LaBeouf, first base, Pierce, left field, Barrow, center field, Stelly, right field, Anderson. The pitcher to start is number 60 for the East, and I'm trying to see who that is because that's not on here.
60 for the West.
West.
Who's out in the field is Dugas.
Dugas. He's going to be the starting pitcher. His catcher is going to be Chris Holmes, the catcher behind the plate. So it looks like
Lane Dugas is a 2027 righty out of Opelousas Catholic, and you see he's got good command of the strike zone that's right there. Big, tall, lanky right-hander that rocks back and delivers. It's got a good leg kick, hides the ball until the very last moment. So far, what I've seen is not overpowering. Throws a lot of movement on the ball, but man, we're getting ready to see a good one.
Absolutely. So he is going to be facing, leading off for the east is going to be Cooper Template. Cooper Template, the third baseman, is the leadoff hitter. It's going to be Template, Dugan, and Sims, 1, 2, 3, facing Dugas here as we get the first pitch underway at Brown Stroud Field here on the campus of Northwestern State University.
And that's officially, you know, they like to call first pitch at 4 o'clock.
Yep.
It's 4:14. That's
Okay.
4-ish.
First pitch in there for strike one. No balls and one strike to Cooper Template with Jackson Dugas on deck. Fouled off quickly ahead 0-2 here is Dugas against Cooper Template. Doug?
Yeah, that's, I mean, these matchups. We saw in that LBC senior game, pitchers kind of dominated.
They did. That is outside. It was a really, I mean, we had a 2-1 game after the first inning, and the final was 2-1.
Yeah, and of course the range took over after that.
1-2 pitch here. That is outside. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Template trying to get it, work its way back in this count. 2-2 pitch here from Gavin Dugas to Cooper Template. That is up, so he has worked his way back from 0-2 count to a full count here, Doug.
Look, that's, you know, you talk about nerves getting in there. Worked up through those first 2 across and has missed the zone.
Payoff pitch. That is outside, so Template fights back and draws a walk from Gavin Dugas. It's going to bring up Jackson Dugan.
Well, that's just a good at-bat to sit there and go down 0-2 and have the wherewithal just to hold off each time.
Yeah, so Dugan is from Jesuit. He is a 2027, so he's going to be a senior this year. First pitch. That is in there for strike one. So once again, Dugas gets ahead of the batter, Doug.
Look, getting ahead of the hitter is so crucial. Of course, it didn't help him that first time around. But again, new mound, different times. I mean, it's been a long day already.
Yep, 0-1 pitch here. Runner breaks for second. Throw is down. He's going to be in there safe. So Cooper Template steals second base, puts himself in scoring position.
Let's see if we have that back on our instant replay. You'll see him take off, and off he goes. And just, again, you get a case of stealing that on the pitcher. He was off and going. It's good work.
1-1 pitch here to Jackson Dugas from Gavin Dugas. That is fouled back. So once again, ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dugan is down in the count. I don't know how many innings they're going to pitch. I know they've got a lot of pitchers on the roster. I'm not sure if they've got a set amount, but we'll try to help y'all out with that. So 1-2 pitch here to Jackson Dugan out of Jesuit.
You know, a little bit of the differences, and we'll get to it after this pitch.
That is a ball. So
yeah, he's down on strikes.
Oh,
yeah, he caught that one looking.
He called that looking. Didn't see the motion from the umpire.
Take a look at it here, and he's one of those that calls it and then makes that late delivery. You'll see him step back and ring it up.
Which is actually the proper technique. That's what you're supposed to do.
Our initial Sabine State Bank strikeout.
Yep, that's what you're supposed to do. So 1 down here brings up Clay Sims, the DH. Sims is a St. Paul's 2028, so he's a sophomore. Template takes off to third. Steals third base now, so 2 steals here from Cooper Template puts him in scoring position with 1 out, Doug.
Yeah, I mean, just off and running again. A base runner like that, and you get a good look at him down at third base there. That's just
he can move.
That's setting the tone, and that's why you want him there at the leadoff spot.
Sims pops that up over here. Looks like there might be a play. No, it's going to be out of play. So
it's one of the things we were telling you earlier that differs from the games last weekend. There are a lot of pitchers, but they've got 3 games each. North, South, East, West all play 3 games, so you don't want to use up too many pitchers here in game 1.
I didn't think about that. So there may be some pitchers that go 2 or 3 innings. That is hit the second base. Looks like that's going to score the run. Template's going to score. RBI sacrifice by Sims drives in the first run of the ball game. That's going to bring up Derek Wielenbacher. Derek is from North Shore.
I don't think you can manufacture one better than they did. So if you'll remember, he started out 0-2 down in the count, goes all the way back to walk, steals second, steals third.
Yep. Wielenbacher is out of the North Shore, 2027 graduate, so senior this year. First pitch, looked like he was going to hit that in the pond back there, Doug. He swung so hard.
Yeah, he was trying to get a hold of it. 1-0 East leads this one.
Fouled back here. So quickly down 0-2 is Wielenbacher, the first baseman out of North Shore. Dugan looking to get out of this. Dugas looking to get out of this inning with just this one run. He lines that ball to center field, but right at the center fielder for out number 3. What we got, Doug?
1 run on no hits, no errors, nobody left on. It was the leadoff walk and a couple of stolen bases that did it. We'll head to the bottom of the first. East 1, West coming to bat.
We'll be right back here on 446 Sports. Back out here I almost said Don Bonia Field.
You did.
I did. Brown Stroud Field on the campus of Northwestern State University for this East-West matchup to start off these underclassmen games. The leading off, Menard's own Reeve Scroggs, batting second. Brody Anderson out of Sam Houston, and third is going to be Grant Ostelet out of Sam Houston as well. Doug, we actually have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 players from the state champion Sam Houston Broncos.
Look, and that's why they continue to do it over and over again, is that they're just that solid of a group.
Yep.
And big things going on in Moss Bluff. You know, their softball team won state last year. Had a good push at it. They've got a young lady that's going to be attending the University of Texas next year playing softball.
Right.
Texas not terrible at softball.
No, they're not. As a matter of fact, after yesterday, what a great couple games. Texas and Texas Tech both beating Alabama. And
I got to think that's a good day anytime anybody beats Alabama.
I would agree. Alabama lost. And so it's a Texas Tech rematch going into tomorrow. So the pitcher on the mound for the West is going to be Owen Nugent. He is facing Reeve Scroggs to lead off this ball game. Here's the first pitch. And that is drilled to left field for a base hit. Scroggs starts the game off with a line drive left field, base hit to left field.
Yeah, we've seen Scroggs do that all the time. Just a table setter for Coach Jordan Marks, and plays with that same sort of tenacity that Marks played with when he played. And, I mean, first pitch fastball, looking at it, and that's exactly what you want out of a leadoff hitter.
That's right. Brings up Brody Anderson from the state champion Sam Houston Broncos, 2027 grad. First pitch is a ball 1 to Anderson. Scroggs at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning.
Watch on the right side of your screen. You'll see Scroggs get out there in the cut of that turf. And anytime you see somebody get that right foot out in the turf, it's a pretty good lead.
Yep. That's in there for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Brody Anderson, the right fielder out of Sam Houston.
East manufactured theirs. We'll see what the West can do.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That is drilled to left field. Don't know if it's going to be deep enough. It's not. Caught out there in left field for out number 1. Going to put Scroggs back at first base. Out there in left field, that is going to be Jackson Payton, number 91. That's going to bring up Grant Ostelet. Grant is, imagine this, out of Sam Houston.
That's
another one.
That's a big cat, too.
That's a big cat.
He's a big dude. Got a lot of size, too.
Grant's the third baseman, number 68. So 1 down. Scroggs at first. He's got that lead like he wants to swipe this bag right here, Doug.
Well, yeah, that right foot is not as far off into the cut of that turf as it was a moment ago. But you get a leadoff guy, you got to think he's going to get things started.
He wants to see what kind of arm Luke Pegler has. I'm just guessing. There he goes right there. Breaks to the throw down to second base is Great head first slide there by Scroggs. Ball gets away from the second baseman, so he swipes that bag and puts himself in scoring position.
I don't know that I would put that into the great head first slides of all times, but he went and got it.
His mom and grandparents are listening. They might get a kick out of that. So that puts Scroggs in scoring position with a 1-1 count here on Ostolet, looking to drive in a run.
6.62 60 times, so he flies.
Yes, that is moving.
It's just stopping that was the problem.
Well, yeah, that's pretty good. I think between him and Procell next year at Menard, Coach Marks is looking to have a pretty good season.
Yeah, those young guys that are coming up after all those seniors left a couple of years ago are getting settled in.
That is drilled in the hole for a base hit. Scroggs looking at the ball, making a round. He's going to hold up there at third base. So that's a base hit from Grant Ostolet. That's going to bring up, out of Rose Pine, Evan Pierce. Evan Pierce.
You get a good look over there, and Rose Pine continues to put hitters and players into this game. Of course, a lot of everybody knows the famous one, Ethan Fry, spent his time with the Tigers now and is working his way up into minor league ball. Hit 5-6 home runs already this season.
He has. So one out. Pierce at the plate, first baseman. He takes ball one. Scroggs is your runner at third. Ostolet is your runner at first base. He takes off to second, foul ball there. I think he had that bag swiped. Looked like Ostolet had, and for a big kid, he moves pretty good there, Doug.
He does. A sub 7.60 time for a big guy is certainly what you want to do, and it's instinctual too. They tell you you'd rather be quick than fast, and he certainly got off of first base pretty quickly.
So 1 ball, 1 strike here. That is, the runner breaks to second, no throw. So that puts 2 runners, Ostolet and Scroggs, in scoring position. Gives Pierce here an opportunity to drive in a couple runs early in this ballgame.
Ostolet was about halfway there, but including no throw. A lot of times in this situation you won't see a throw, but there was no need.
Yep. That is inside. So 3-1 count here to Pierce with Holmes on deck. Holmes is out of Notre Dame. Chris Holmes, the catcher.
Corners are in, trying to cut something off. Middle infield back at normal depth.
That is drilled down the line. It's going to be hooking, and it's foul.
Foul by about 17 inches, it looked like, down the line. And
just barely foul. Good job there from Blue coming out with his partner in the B slot or the C slot. That's his call down the line. He's got no help. 2-man crew here. So great job there from Blue. So 3 balls, 2 strike, going to be a payoff pitch here.
This is one of those you just want to hit it hard into the ground somewhere and get
right
that runner
side,
from third
that's right.
in.
Nugent's 3-2 pitch to Pierce. Nub to third base. He comes home. Looks like they're going to have Scroggs at the plate. That's going to move Ostolet up to to third base, and it's going to be a fielder's choice there for Pierce.
We'll take a look at it one more time, and you'll see Scroggs thrown out by probably 3 or 4 feet on that one. That is out number 2, and not at all what you needed.
No, so that's going to bring up the catcher. Out of Notre Dame, 2027 grad, so going to be a senior this year, Chris Holmes.
Yeah, again, that Notre Dame area, Crowley, they continue to churn out talent, both sides of it, all around, out of that Acadiana region that's down there.
First pitch to Holmes. Fouled straight back here towards our press box. So 0-1 quickly on Holmes. 2 down.
Ostolet, the runner at third. He's the one part of those back-to-back base hits from Scroggs and Ostolet. And Scroggs, of course, thrown out at home. Scored that 5-2 if you're scoring at home.
That's a breaking pitch up high. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Chris Holmes, the catcher, out of Notre Dame, looking to drive in a run right here and tie this ball game up. That is in there on the outside corner for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, when you bend it like he does, that's a great pitch to be able to try to locate in there for a strike, and he got the benefit of it across the plate, and that's a good strike.
Going to choke up here and protect here for Holmes. 1-2 count. That's in the dirt. That's going to score Ostolet from third and move the runner up to second base, Pierce.
I can tell you there's no chance on a pass ball that you're going to get to. Once that ball bounces, watch Ostolet off third. He reads it that it's going to bounce away, and as a catcher, you're not going to get back and get him. I don't know if they've thrown anybody out at home on a pass ball.
No, because there is a lot of room back here, that's for sure. A bunch of room. So 2-2 count here to Holmes. Fouled straight back. Pierce is at second. Holmes at the plate, 2 outs. Yeah, you could have one come right off the wall, Doug, and I'm still not sure you're getting anybody from third. It's a lot of room.
No, and they've got that padding down there, of course, which is really cool. It looks like brick. I like the look of that.
Drilled to left field. Left fielder going back on his horse and makes the play for out number 3 out in left field. That is Jackson Payton, but not before they tie the ball game up, Doug.
Yeah, 1 run comes in on 2 hits. No errors, and 1 left on. We're tied at 1, heading to the top of the second when we come back.
Back out here at Brown Stroud Field on the campus of Northwestern State University for the top of the second inning. Looks like it's going to be, I believe that is going to be, that's number 85. That is Krishan McCallum, the EH. He is still facing Dugas there on the mound.
Yeah, McCollum swings the bat very well himself, and you see him pop that one foul and down the line just behind that one a little bit. And we'll wonder if he gets settled in. But you see the bounce that it took off that wall. That's one thing that we talked about. Although it looks brick around here, it's foam padding with a brick facade cover on there. Looks great, but doesn't tear baseballs up.
Absolutely. It looks wonderful. It's down there by our 446 camera. So 0-1 pitch here to McCollum. That is drilled to shortstop. Scroggs makes that play, picks the ball up, and throws him out for out number 1. Great play there by Reeve Scroggs. It's going to bring up Bo Stevens. Let's see where Bo is out of. I got him right over here. Bo is out of Rummel. Archbishop Rummel. He is a 2029 graduate, so it makes him a freshman.
Well, that's a young man coming
sophomore.
in. Yeah,
Sophomore.
He's a rising sophomore.
Okay, sophomore.
So yeah, you're starting to rotate that class of 20. You want to feel old? The class that's coming up is the class of 2030. So put that in your pipe.
I don't know if I need any help feeling old, by the way, just so you'll know. 1-0 pitch here. Swung on and fouled back. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Bo Stevens, the right fielder. Sophomore Bo Stevens, the right fielder. He and Parker Morris are the only, and McCollum are the 3 2029 graduate sophomores in this game.
And that's, this game is a Rising Stars game, so that lets you know that, hey, these are guys that we think the future of it rests on, and to find one that are just freshman campaign, that's pretty solid. Certainly a good eye at the plate.
That's right. So full count here. Full count here from Dugas to Stevens. He rips it down the right field line for a foul ball. I do know how expensive those are, so I'm sure Coach O'Neill has asked them to please go get those baseballs.
There's no doubt about it. they're not making them any less expensive by
That
any
is
means.
grounded to right field through the hole for a base hit. So Bo Stevens hits one right past the second baseman for a base hit. Brings up the catcher, number 90, Luke Pegler. Luke is out of St. Thomas Aquinas, 2027 graduate, so senior this year.
Yeah, you saw it on your replay. Just go right past the diving second baseman into the hole, and that's one thing about this turf. That ball scoots off of it. And,
It does.
And these hitters already get some good aluminum on it.
Yep.
But it hits that turf and it just goes.
That's why you'll see a lot of these defensive players bounce that ball to first. It doesn't slow it down that much. Allows them to, make some defensive plays they probably wouldn't make normally. He gets a good bounce for the first baseman. So Luke Pegler at the plate, the catcher. Bo Stevens at first base. That is fouled. Good job over there by the third base coach getting out of the way.
Nothing in one, the count here, and again, good movement over there. And look, these coaches are having fun in this too. They're getting to work out a lot of good talent and see that talent. And that's the one thing about baseball. It's such a brotherhood.
Yep, absolutely. These coaches all know each other. It's swung on and missed. Having umpired for 10 years, I can tell you there's probably not very many coaches that don't get along with other coaches. They all call each other and talk. It is a brotherhood. You're right about that. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Thrown down to first. Gets past the first baseman. Looks like Stevens is going to take third on that throw. He is. So it's going to move Stevens all the way to third, but Pegler struck out. That's going to bring up Jackson Payton.
When you saw that throw on your replay right there, just comes up, and we'll look at it one more time, KP, on your monitor there. As he comes up, the strikeout is there, steps inside, but chunks that ball to the glove side,
Right.
just off the bag, and didn't really give the first baseman an opportunity at it at all.
Brings up Jackson Payton out of Dunham. He's playing left field today in this first game. Swung on and missed for strike one. So no balls, one strike to Jackson Payton, the left fielder, with 2 outs now.
Yeah, 2 down. That strikeout was huge.
That is down the left field line, way over in the corner. Long way to run out there for the left fielder for the West, which is Barrow. So that's going to put Payton back at the plate. 0-2 count.
They are pulling him. I mean, they're playing him so far to pull. That was a long run out in left field.
Absolutely. 0-2 pitch here. Swung on and missed for strike 3, but that finishes the inning, Doug.
Sabine State strikeout sees it. Ends the inning. You see it on the end of your replay right there. That will do it. So a runner is stranded. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on to move to the bottom of the second. We're knotted at 1 when we come back.
Back out here at Brown Stroud Field for the bottom of the second inning. Leading off is going to be Bryce Stelly.
Yeah.
Bryce Stelly, Drew Barrow, and Zach LaBeouf. Stelly is the center fielder. Stelly is out of Eunice. We have a Eunice representative up here with us in the dugout and the press box. First pitch to Stelly is strike 1. Stelly's a 2027 grad outfielder.
I think we We got a couple of Eunice guys up here taking care of things. They had the smart ones in the bunch and said, hey, instead of being down on the field, you want to go upstairs in the AC?
Absolutely.
Like, yes, that's a
Even
great
pretending
call.
like he don't know how to do the scoreboard. He's good. No. So 1-1 pitch here to Stelly. 2027 grad, so a senior this year. He and his teammate Bo Brown are here out of Eunice.
Oh, swings through that one. It came off the mound pretty awkward. They'll stop and they'll go out and look at him and see just how he's doing there. Nope, he'll get right back into it.
Nugent's ready. He is ready. Swung and missed by Stelly for out number 1. That's going to bring up Drew Barrow out of South Bow.
Take a look at it here, too, as he just finishes and shows no signs of wear on this. Just rocks back and fires this fastball in there. Swung on and missed and down for the strike.
Brings up Barrow out of South Bow. One of my best umpiring experiences ever was with Mr. Chet Bass in South Bow.
Well, just another big strike that comes off speed stuff, and so he's not pounding the strike zone. He's coming with that good off speed, and it moves from left to right.
There it is again.
Yeah,
that inside corner.
That one just stayed on the inside of the plate, didn't break as much, looked more curved than that slider that he throws, but it evens it at a ball and a strike, and good, about a 3 or 4 pitch pitcher.
Mm-hmm. That's up for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Drew Barrow, the left fielder. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That is drilled over the shortstop's head for a base hit out to center field. So Barrow gets on base, going to bring up Zach LaBeouf. Zach is out of St. Louis Catholic, 2027 grad, senior this year.
Well, he hit that one and just flew out of that left side of the box, hustling down. Look for Barrow to try to get an opportunity to get moving. That's where the West and the East both scored their runs, is getting movement going.
Well, these 2 guys in blue are happy this overcast just came over, I can tell you that. So here's the first pitch to LaBeouf. That's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike to Zach LaBeouf with Bo Brown from Eunice on deck as the DH.
It almost looked like they were setting up some sort of a pitch out. Not necessarily, but just off the plate.
That is hit to shortstop. Could be 2, 6, 5, 4, 3 is out at first base for nice little double play there, Doug, to end the inning.
Yeah, it is. And watch, they call it a pitcher's best friend for a reason. Comes in there. I like the turn in the middle. You get a good look at the stretch over at first base, and that's exactly what you expect out of these guys. That 6-4-3 double play does it. Nobody left on base. We'll move to the top of the 3rd, knotted at 1 when we return. Back we go in the top half of the 3rd inning. Both teams, East and West, pick up a run in the 1st inning. Scoreless in the 2nd. We run off to the 3rd, and we'll see what we got there. A little bit of precip making its way this way.
Possibly. So Bo Brown and then Kaylor Broussard, and back to the top of the lineup with Reeve Scroggs. So, no, I'm sorry. That's the wrong side. Let's see here. What number is that, Doug? Can you see him?
No, we're dead on like we are.
Yep,
we'll wait till he swings through one.
I believe that's going to be Peyton Jackson, the left fielder, I think.
Takes that one in there for the strike. And so 3 pitch.
72. Okay. 78.
78.
Okay, that is Blaze Bergeron, the center fielder. Blaze Bergeron, the center fielder, out of Denham Springs. There, Bergeron fouls that back. So 3-1 count here to Blaze Bergeron, the center fielder.
I think he called one a strike a little early. He did. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He called a strike a little earlier in the count. So that one misses on the outer half. Full count.
Yep.
Walk
for Blaze Bergeron brings up Devin Baker Jr., number 77, the second baseman, out of Family Christian. Family Christian, Devin Baker Jr.
That rain starts to make its way in here, and we may take and move that camera that's down the first base line.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to. It looks like it's above us right now. It does not look like, looking at the radar, we do have actually, I've got a lightning detector on here.
We had one of them little umbrella things.
Well, you know, we talked about it on the way over here, but Amazon will not deliver to the press box.
No, they don't do it that quick.
That's right. So Devin Baker Jr. with Blaze Bergeron at first base. Looks like it's going to stay above us for a little while. We might miss it. That is inside. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Baker Jr.
Laboring just a little bit here in the top of the third. This is how the first started out, with the base runner reaching via the walk.
Well, Template's on deck again, so he didn't want to get back to him because that is in there.
That's such a pretty pitch. When he gets that breaking pitch, it starts out of the zone and just falls off the table.
I agree. So 2-2 pitch here. That is hit to left field. Out there to left field to Barrow for out number 1. That's going to bring up back to the plate Cooper Template, who's 1 for 1 tonight with 2 stolen bases and a run scored in the first inning.
Look, was just sitting on that fastball. He throws it on the outer half, and oftentimes when you get one on the outer half like that and you try to pull it and get out front of it, you're going to see one that's a lazy fly ball, and that was just a routine out to left.
Template's a junior. Runner breaks from first. He stole that on the pitcher. That's a stolen base there for Devin Baker Jr. For Blaze Bergeron. That's a stolen base there. So Template's out of St. Amant, and he's going to be having a chance to drive in another run here with Blaze Bergeron at second base.
Look, St. Amant just continues to produce ball players. It seems like every year you're talking about somebody from down there.
That's in there for a strike.
Got our first opportunity to go down to St. Amant this year, and what a great complex it is there.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bergeron trying to get his attention at second. That is up. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Cooper Template with Jackson Dugan on deck.
As a base runner, that's what you want to do, just get in the pitcher's head a little bit.
Correct. That is in there for a strike. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Cooper Template with 1 out, the top of the third inning. That is low, brings the count full. So
Template, when he walked in the first inning, took the first 2 strikes, and the next 4 were balls. I don't know that he swung the bat yet.
Yep.
2 at-bats.
Great eye, very disciplined young man. You can tell at the plate, knows what he's looking for. He was not looking for that, though, for strike 3.
No, let's turn around and look at it again. That's a Sabine State Bank strikeout.
That's right.
If you're looking for a bank, there are locations all around Central and North Louisiana. Sabine State Bank. Check them out.
Yep. So that brings up Jackson Dugan. Dugan is out of Jesuit, playing for his head coach today with 2 outs with an opportunity to drive in a run here, Doug.
It is, and just got to get some 2 out. And that's where you talk about 2 out hitting, 2 out pitching. Getting that last out is always a tough one. And you look back towards a team that's going to have a good season or not. It's 2 strike hitting, it's 2 out hitting, it's hitting with runners in scoring position. That's what you want to look at.
It is such a huge part of the game. I think it is the most important part of the game. That's a breaking pitch in there. We struggled with it this year, but situational hitting is huge. And this is an 0-2 pitch here to Jackson Dugan with a chance to drive in a run. Don't leave it up to the umpire. That is fouled straight back. So
And again, that's an 0-2 pitch that he doesn't want to swing at. That's a pitch coming up that he's just, you hear the term protecting.
Yep.
That's what he does. Fouls it off and tries to get one in the zone that he likes, and that wasn't it. If you're on the mound, throw that pitch right back a little bit further out and see if he'll chase again.
That's right. That is bounce. Great job there from the catcher. Great job there from Holmes back there behind the plate to keep that in front of him. Because as we've talked about, Doug, he gets by him, that's a run.
It does, and it looked like it crossed Holmes up a little bit, maybe expecting something off the plate, and it comes back inside. Set up again off the plate.
That is hit out to center field. Center fielder's under it. That center fielder is Stelly. That is out number 3, Doug. What we got?
Yeah, nothing across once again. A runner left on there. We'll move to the bottom of the third, still knotted at 1.
We'll be right back here in just one moment on Expo. Back out here on the campus of Northwestern State University. I'm going to be by myself for just a minute. We're going to move a camera because there's a chance of rain. Not a big chance of rain, but we've got a chance of rain here, so we're going to take care of our equipment. At the plate is going to be number 55, Bo Brown out of Eunice. Bo Brown out of Eunice. Bo is a, 2028, so a senior this year, catcher. And he's going to be facing Nugent. That is first pitch is in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Brown, Broussard, Scroggs, 9, 10, and 1 here for the West. 0-1 pitch. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 3rd inning. West versus East to lead off this all-star festivities. That is up. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Bo Brown with Kaylor Broussard out of Iota on deck. That is low. So Brown draws a walk. His coach up here will be glad to see that. Draws a walk and bring up Kaylor Broussard out of Iota. 2027 graduate. Oh, it's 3-1. He tried to get the umpire to give him a walk there, but you teach him that, Coach? So 3-1 count on Bo Brown out of Eunice. That is outside. So now it's ball 4. So ball 4, Brown goes down to first. It's a big kid, Coach. How tall was Brown? 6'2", big kid. It's going to bring up Kaylor Broussard, the EH, out of Iota. He is going to be a senior this year. Looks like 2 officials are getting together for a minute. They may be discussing anything they've seen. Again, I don't think we're playing under LHSAA guidelines. That would mean that any lightning strike would probably have to shut this down. I don't know what their rules are. Looks like Coach Burt may be telling them to clear the field. They're being removed off the field for safety purposes. Got some lightning within the zone. So we're going to be stepping away, muting our mics, and we'll be back as soon as the game restarts. You're watching all this on 446 Sports.